Alright, so today we got a comparison I have been waiting for, and I know a bunch of you have been waiting for it as well. The ever so great, newly released Corsair wireless headset, the HS80, stacked up against the tried and true, truly proven SteelSeries Arctis 7. This is going to be a serious, tense comparison. But you all know where we have to start. We have to start with the comfort right here. Number one, taking a look at the ear cushions, both very big, very plush, nice. Now, the SteelSeries ones are definitely a bit more plush. As I press down on them here, you can see they give away a lot easier. The Corsair ones, I don't want to say firm, because firm's going to give you the wrong idea, but they do have a little bit more firmness to them, right? These SteelSeries ones are that traditional, they got that like that sports weave material inside, pleather line. Yes, you can take them off, replace them, very simple, right like that. The Corsair ones, you have that fuzzy cloth, and that's all the way inside as well. And for these, you spin it, bam, take it off, but it is attached to that bracket inside there. So as far as a replacement, sure, it's going to be possible, but it's going to be pretty tough because you're going to have to glue that replacement ear pad back onto that bracket. Now, as far as ear cup size, as you can see, the HS80, you kind of have that funky style right there, that design, but your ears fit in it very nice, plenty long, plenty wide right there. And quite a bit deep as well, if you can catch that in the camera right there. My ears never touch the drivers inside here. Come over to the SteelSeries. Again, if you use the 3s, the 5s, the 9s, the Pros, same ear cushions here. Very nice, very plush, and very cozy. Some people say, again, that they're not deep enough and their ears touch the drivers inside there. I don't really ever have any issues with that. All right, so now taking a look at the headband here, as you see, they both have that floating headband design. On the SteelSeries, they adjust right on the outside here, and that's how you adjust it to make it bigger or smaller. Coming over here to the Corsair, it's gonna be inside. You see those two green notches in there? That's how you adjust them. Get in there, and then you can adjust it on each side to make it bigger or smaller there. As far as adjustment of the ear cups, full swivel on both of them. As you see Corsair going out, a little bit in, ear cups in and out. And they're moving right on these brackets on the outside there. Pretty much the same with the SteelSeries. A little bit out, all the way in right there, totally flat, and then you got that adjustment. Now I can tell you right here, as I'm swiveling them, kind of sliding into the build, the SteelSeries swivel is a little bit looser. It's not bad. I'm not saying it's like cheap, but again, the Corsair one, it kind of holds its position a little bit better when I adjust it. The SteelSeries one just feels a little bit looser. So again, either or, it's not a good thing or a bad thing there. Now, as far as build of both headsets, they're very similar. I mean, heck, right into the style here. As you look at them, the only really difference you're seeing is the SteelSeries has that round oval ear cup when the Corsair has its different design right there. Up to the headband, it is plastic on the Corsair. Down underneath here, it is metal on the SteelSeries. Now, coming down into the arm brackets that are going into our ear cups, this is different. Metal on the Corsair, going into a metal arm, and then into your plastic ear cup. On the SteelSeries, again, headband's metal, bracket plastic, bracket here's plastic, right into the plastic. So I would say a little bit more of a rugged build on the Corsair. I don't get worried with either of them. Again, I can stretch them out, twist them up. Again, we got that full swivel, so you're relieving a lot of those pressure points as I always talk about, right? Both of them, I think, are made incredibly solid. Again, I've used SteelSeries headsets for so long and never had any issues with any of them. Now, taking a look at the weight of both headsets, the SteelSeries Arctis 7s are 348 grams. Coming over here to the Corsair HS80, 364 grams. So a little bit heavier on the Corsair HS80, but honestly, you really can't tell the difference between either of them. I'm gonna get my hat off here, freshly bald head. Let's kind of combine that, right? Let's go on and combine the comfort and build we just talked about. So we got the weight, we got the ear cushions, we got the headband here, right? And when I put the SteelSeries headsets on my head, I've said this for years, guys. This gives me like nerd chills when I put them on, right? These things are so stinking cozy. SteelSeries headsets for me, I know a lot of people say the ear cups are a little bit shallow, you know, not too deep. Again, go slap on some of the wicked cushions I always talk about. That'll cover that for you. But the ear cushions here, the headband, gosh, it's so cozy. It's definitely like a medium to light clamping force. If you shake, they do budge, but they don't fall off. Wow, I can't say it enough, guys. So stinking cozy. You can never go wrong with a set of SteelSeries Arctis headsets. Coming over to the newly released HS80. Slapping this guy on your head. again, guys, again, like, I just start nerding out here when I put both of these headsets on, right? They're so stinking comfortable, both of them. They are awesome. They really are. Now, I will tell you this. The Corsair is, oh man, I'm talking a pinch, like a tiny pinch tighter on my head. I think it might be those ear cushions being a little bit firmer than the SteelSeries. I'm not too sure. As far as weight and build here, guys, like, I got to go across the board. I don't think I can give one. Man, I got to, right? I can't. I love them both. I would be completely 110% honest here, guys. Not trying to butter any company up here, but they are both phenomenal as far as the comfort, the build. Again, they're pretty much the exact same. They both get a win right here. Good night, man. That was hard. That was seriously hard. You all know I don't script my videos. I went into this one knowing this was going to be a tense comparison, but good night. I didn't know it would really grab a hold of me that much. I'm not joking, guys. I'm not just saying that here. That was a tough one, right? Let's hope we can get the rest of this flowing a little bit better. So features and functions, talking about them here. Again, both headsets are wireless. Here's your wireless dongle for the Corsair. You can use the Corsair with the USB as well. SteelSeries, you have a USB-C dongle, but it does come with an adapter if you want to run like that. And you can switch it from USB to Xbox right here. The cool thing about this, why I had the 7X out here, if you watch my standalone video, the 7X will work on every platform. You can switch it over to USB and it'll work on your PS5, Nintendo Switch or whatever, right? Then you can switch it to Xbox and get it like that. That is super cool. They don't market it like that, but again, a little insider tip right there. That is super stinking awesome. Now, as far as range and battery life, they're stating 20 hours on the Corsair, 24 on the SteelSeries. For me, I always charge all of my wireless peripherals overnight, so I never have any issues with battery. As far as range, though, they're stating Corsair 60 feet and then the SteelSeries at 40 feet. I can tell you, walking out of my game room, about 25 feet out, I start getting crackling on the Corsair and starts disconnecting, right? Unlistenable. As far as the SteelSeries, I can make it all the way to my kitchen without it breaking up right there. So again, is that dependent on environment or whatever? I don't know, 1-to-1 as far as range. I got to give it to the SteelSeries. As far as battery life, again, that's depending on usage and, you know, again, how often you charge it there. But the more important thing as far as our controls on the headset, looking on the back of the Corsair, you got power button, you got your volume wheel, clicks in there, and then you can also press it in to change your presets of audio presets, your EQ in the software. And it does charge by USB-C, which you can also get audio from that. Looking at a SteelSeries down here, mic mute, your volume wheel right down here, and it tops out at the highest and the lowest. Back down here, you have your charge port over here. Okay, this is your actual wired port. If you want to run a 3.5, I was going charge port. Charge port's actually over here. And then you have your 3.5 share port, so someone else can plug in and listen to the same thing that you're listening to. Right over here, you have your game to chat volume, so you can actually adjust that on the other ear cup. So as far as features and functions right there, I think the clear win goes to the SteelSeries here. Most importantly, with the dongle, how you can switch it and use it on every single platform. Again, if you don't play on Xbox, it's not even an issue and you got it over here, you know what I mean? But that's super cool. You got your voice to chat controls and everything, you know? So features and function, easy win for SteelSeries here. All right, so now for that mic test. And if any of you have watched my review of the SteelSeries headsets or the new HS80, we honestly really don't have to do this. I'm sure you all know the outcome, right? So, but if not, this is the mic test on the SteelSeries Arctis headset. Pretty much the same across their entire line. Now, it is retractable. I'm going to mute it while I retract it so I don't get a bunch of noise. And it also lights up red whenever you mute it, right on the front, which is really cool, actually. So really cool that it's retractable. Someone like me that never uses a mic, it's really cool to just tuck it away and really not have to worry it right there. And I do love how it lights up red just to give you that notification. But all in all, this is a mic test on the SteelSeries Arctis 7X. But if you're looking at 7Ps or regular 7s, it sounds the exact same. All right, and now for the ever so great mic test of the Corsair HS80. It's stinking phenomenal. Again, if you watch any of my other reviews, you know. So many of the comments, people were saying, dude, I couldn't tell when you switched your mic. Some even said, man, the mic of that sounds better than your regular mic you use for your videos, you know. It is stinking amazing. It is phenomenal. It is attached. It's flip up to mute. Whenever it's active, it's white. Whenever I flip it up, you'll see it turn red. You also get a tone in the headset whenever it does mute, or you can go into the software and activate voice prompts for it right there. The voice prompts are ridiculously loud, so I leave it on the tones right there. And again, you get that notification. But all in all, this microphone on the HS80 is easily the best gaming headset microphone I've ever tested. And I think a lot of you agree as well. So as far as mic test, Corsair takes the win here, hands down. So we have quite a tight race going here so far, right? But let's talk about sound, and then we're going to roll right into our conclusion, right? So the sound of these headsets. The SteelSeries Arctis 7s are using 40mm drivers with a frequency range of 20 to 20,000. Kind of what you see in a lot of gaming headsets, right? But we're going to touch on that. Coming over here to Corsair HS80 using 50mm drivers with a frequency range of 20 to 40,000. Kind of like what you see on the Virtuoso and whatnot, right? Sound is pretty much exactly like that if you've used the Virtuoso. Now coming back over to the Arctis 7s, where I say that 20 to 20, 40mm drivers, you're like, ah, man, that's so like 2005, you know what I mean? But the Arctis line of headsets, and why I've always loved them, besides the comfort, the style, and yada, 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 the sound signature of these headsets is just so natural. It's balanced, right? You got your highs, you got your mids, you have your bass. That bass isn't rumbly, it's not muddy. It's sitting there and it's doing its thing, right? You still get that detail, playing a lot of competitive, Call of Duty, Rainbow Six, anything like that. You play a story game, you still get that immersion, but it's not overdone like a grenade or a monster going off, just gonna rumble and muddy anything out. It doesn't do that. They're great for music, they're great for watching movies, right? Or videos, editing videos, all sorts of stuff like that. I really compare. What I've always loved the Arctis line of headsets is, again, they're more like a pair of headphones, right? Me being, and a lot of you know, a huge fan of the Audio-Technica ATH-M50X, right? That's what I class the Arctis line of headsets as. They are just tuned perfect, and they sound stinking amazing for any situation you use. Again, competitive, story, movies, shows, anything like that. They really do it good. Coming over here to the HS80, right? 50mm drivers. Again, like I stated, if you use the Virtuoso, you're going to know what they sound like. What they're going to be a little bit different is those ear cushions right here, where they're fully cloth. They let a little bit of that bass breathe out, so they're not as closed in, not maybe say as immersive as say the Virtuosos or something, right? They'll let a little bit of that bass out. But again, coming to these with Corsair implementing this range and these drivers, it's like, it is such a great sound. It really is. Now, there is a little bit more body in the HS80 compared to the SteelSeries, right? A little bit more, I don't even want to call it low end because neither of them are like knocking and shaking on your head or anything. Maybe a little bit, a pinch more mids in there. Because again, it's not like, it's hard to say it. It's like, it's not bass, it's not muddy. So don't think I'm saying that right here. But again, it's a little more full, a little bit more body within the HS80 right here, you know? So if you're looking for that, still great for any genre right there, first person, competitive, story, movies, or anything, it really is. But you do have a pinch more body over here. These guys may be a little more focused more onto highs. Now, if any has been with my channel for, you know, a few years here, and you've watched a lot of my headset reviews, you all know I love highs, right? My preferred sound signature is more highs than bass, right? To a limit, not bare dynamic highs, you know what I mean? More or less like Audio-Technica where everything gets to perform, you know? And again, that's why I always love the SteelSeries headsets. Now, my preferred sound has changed a little bit into this right here, where I get a little bit more body, a little bit more bass, nothing crazy, nothing drastic, nothing like beats or anything like that, you know? But again, I do like that little bit more body right here. So as far as sound, I honestly would pick the HS80 for me. Sound is personal preference, just like comfort, just like a color of a headset, you know what I mean? So for me, I go HS80. I'm playing, again, a lot of Rainbow Six these days, a lot of story games, a lot of Fortnite. The HS80 does it all for me, and it really just gives me that sound I'm looking for, a little bit more full. But if you play just strictly competitive, and that's all you really play, Valorant, stuff like that, I'd probably still point you in the direction of the SteelSeries Arctis headsets, because again, they're a little focused more on those highs. But again, sound, personal preference for sure. They both sound absolutely stinking amazing. Okay. Wow, guys. Wow. I don't, this is, let me pull up, give me a second here. Let me pull up, I gotta pull up a seat for this, okay? This is the conclusion. Oh, this dang table's so high. This is tough, guys. Like, you think this is like, good night. Like, no joke. Picking which one's going to win here, right? Both headsets, 150 bucks. 149, yada, yada, yada. 150 bucks for each headset, right? Which one are you going to take home? Which one would you pick? Let me know down in the comments. I'm truly curious here, right? You think I'm just like trying to egg this on? I'd go Corsair HS80. I would. I play mainly on PC, right? PC and Xbox. So that's a stinker about the HS80, that I can't use them on my Xbox. Corsair. I said it in my main review. Please make an Xbox version of this. And a Bluetooth version, but we're stretching right there, right? But please make an Xbox version of this. We're really missing a lot of people here as far as Xbox. We really need to do that on the HS80. We got a gem right here. We need to make that happen. If you play on every single platform, PlayStation 5, Xbox, which I do as well, but, you know, myself with a closet full of headsets, I'm okay right there. But if you're looking for that one and done headset, I'd probably still point you at the 7X, you know? Of course, if you're on PlayStation, you can still get the 7Ps and use them on PC as well. But this is going to work on every single platform. It really is. But if you're primarily a PC player, dabble with some PlayStation or something, I can't recommend the HS80 enough, guys. These things are stinking awesome. They really are. And I think SteelSeries, it's honestly, as great as they are, as much as I love them, I'd like to see a refresh. Let's pick them up. Let's increase that range. Maybe do a little bit something different here. They did it with the Arctis Prime Pros, Prime Plus, whatever they were, you know. We just need to see a little refresh here. Both of these headsets are stinking phenomenal, guys. If you have either of them, or if you go with either of them, you're not going to be disappointed. Heck, we can just go with, say, hey, go with whichever one's cheaper. You know what I mean? That might be the way to go right here. But me, I'm going to take home the HS80. Please let me know which one you're going to go with down in the comments. I'm really curious here because, again, this was a tough one here. But I hope I helped you out if you're looking into either of these headsets here. If you got any more questions, ask right down in the comments. Hit me up on Twitter at the Techne1, and I'll be more than glad to answer a few questions on this right here. But again, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I helped you out one way or another. Thank you so much. Hope we catch you in the next one. Bye now.